I grew up in a small town called Logan, Utah, and in the small town, just picture it's a normal small town USA. We hung out at night playing kick the can, playing baseball out in the dirt fields. In the wintertime, my dad would go out in the pasture behind us and spray it down with water, and we'd play broomstick hockey. We grew up in a family that we got up, we did things, we went outside. We grew some of our own food. We ate stuff from a garden, which you don't see nowadays. When I was 12 years old, my dad broke his neck. When that happened, I was actually helping pitch in, helping pay for my own clothes, helping pay my own way. Then when I was 19, I became a staff member at Utah State University, and it was kind of a cool thing to be that at 19 years old. So later on in life, I found that through being involved in athletics and that I was actually damaging my body, but I didn't have the right nutrients on board to help repair. I started researching some things when I had my knees replaced and researching how to deal with blood flow, because I noticed that even when I was trimmer, I still had swollen legs. My ankles were always swollen, even when I was younger. And come to find out that part of that is from damage to my legs. Found out that my legs have been broken multiple times. I didn't know it, but the doctor said, hey, your legs have been broken. And I'm like, I thought that was shin splints. So just in talking with doctors, trying to figure out how we could take care of this blood flow, I was given a prescription to take 80 milligrams, I kid you not, 80 milligrams twice a day of Lasix. And in talking to family members, I found out that my grandpa actually died of gangrene in his legs because of blood flow. And I found out that my dad, in a nursing home now, he's had multiple strokes. He has had heart attacks. He was an athlete as well, but they're having to wrap his legs to keep swelling down because of blood flow. Now, keep in mind, neither one of these gentlemen had diabetes, so it's not that issue. So I look at that and I go, well, I've had damage to my legs, and some things have been passed on, I guess. And so started looking to see what I could do to fix that. And I found out that your heart isn't the only thing that pumps your blood, or that helps move blood. You have valves, in your circulatory system that help keep blood flowing in one direction. And part of the reason why it's good to get out and exercise and move is because you're flexing those muscles and you're squeezing the blood throughout the body. And so I started researching the cardiovascular system and some things that we could do to repair the cardiovascular system and help with blood flow. But at the same time, I also started looking at other things. What causes your cardiovascular system to start failing? Well, you have things that start getting stiffened and hardened in your arteries and your veins. That starts happening in age, and you start filling up with plaque. You get cracks in them, and plaque fills them in. And you start having all these issues. Well, so I started researching a bunch of ingredients and seeing how those ingredients work together. And I came down with 8 basic ingredients that work together in a certain way that if you were to take 1 and 2 and mix them, they create an offshoot. And you mix those in a certain way, it's going to create some other things. And then you take the others and mix them a certain way, it's going to give you other benefits. And I wanted these items to help out with 3 major things, your cardiovascular system and blood flow, collagen production, which helps things with elasticity, and then also with the joint pain that people deal with. And the cool thing is they all interconnected. And a lot of people go, well, your blood flow can't be interconnected with joint pain. Well, yes, it can. If you're not getting nutrients to where it needs to go, what's going to start happening to that joint? It's going to start breaking down, right? So let's say if I take my finger and I squeeze my finger like this, after a while, guess what's going to happen to that finger? It's going to fall off. The thing is if we can take care of that blood flow, now we're getting what we need there. Blood flow is the source of everything. If you don't have blood flow, you've got nothing. Your cognitive processes, all of that, everything runs on blood, on oxygen, on nutrients going to the body. So, with that said, there's some other things we need to do to help repair that cardiovascular system. What's it made out of? Tissue, right? Connective tissue, stuff like that as well. So if we take the tissue and we are able to introduce, and help with collagen levels and help make those tissues more elastic, help them give, are we doing good things for our cardiovascular system? Absolutely. But we're doing good things for, guess what else? Our largest organ, our skin. I'm 46 years old. Look how nice my skin is. People try to rub stuff on their skin and they try to take things externally, but we really are a product of what we take internally. The other thing that we wanted to do was work on that joint pain. What does blood flow mean? The athlete is getting more nutrients to the muscles. He's getting more nutrients to the tissues that he needs, and then also it's going to help him repair himself after he's done and when he's resting, because that cardiovascular system is still working effectively and efficiently, right? So what does blood flow mean for a guy my age? Okay, you start getting 40 years old, let's face it, things down south don't, generally work as well as they do. And I know there's some people that have said, hey babe, I got like 5 minutes tops. Well, that kind of sucks. And I've heard a lot of people tell me time and time again that hey, I've had that issue, had those issues. Well, this, blood flow helps out that area. So if you look at the ingredients that are in here, we're going to go with 7 of those ingredients actually help out in that area. You can Google the ingredients that we have. Here we are, we're helping out athletes. We're helping out people that just want to lead a normal life. We're helping out people that have joint pain. We're helping out people that just want to feel better. We're helping out people with energy levels without having the jitters. And I got to tell you that I take some pride in that. We have a product now that does all these neat things, and people are looking at me going, how can you make amino acids and take 4 amino acids, take pinogenol, so pine bark extract. Have you ever sucked on the side of a pine tree? I mean, it does not taste good at all. To take that and ashwagandha, and to take vitamin C in its pure form, to take those things and to make them taste good in a drink, you've got to be kidding me. So I'd like to tell you, it just took us a week or two, but end result, people taste this and they go, that's a supplement? I'm like, yeah, it's a supplement. I actually had a guy that was in the nutraceutical business for 30 years, looked at me, he drove all the way to see me, and I gave him a drink of the LP9, the raspberry tart flavor, and he's drinking it. He says, this is pretty good, but he says, I don't want to ruin my palate for tasting your product. And I said, that is a product. And he goes, bull crap. But he didn't say bull crap. And I said, it is. And he says, look, I've got a lot of things to do. I don't have a lot of time. Quit screwing with me. Just get the product and let's taste it. And I said, that's it. And he goes, are you serious? And I said, yeah. And he said, how on God's green earth did you make those amino acids, that vitamin C? And he just went through that whole list of things and make it taste good. So we've talked about the product and some of the fun things that it does. The one thing I want to tell you guys is part of our crusade as well is, what about other people? Do we want other people to be part of this? And so we created a company where you don't have to pay us. You don't have to have auto ships. You don't have to stand up, sit down, spin around, bark like a dog, and cluck like a chicken to get paid. If you want to socially share our product, we pay you. It's that simple. So we have a product that not only can people enjoy health benefits, but they can also enjoy financial benefits with us. And to me, that is a freaking win for everybody. I mean, I'm going to look. Can I look at the camera? Is that okay? Am I screwing that up? Camera guy's going, whatever. We've been up and going now, and people have been using the product for almost 9 months, and we've had zero returns, guys. No complaints on the product. Issued no product returns. We've had no chargebacks. That ought to say something. What we want is to get everybody's attention and say, guess what? There's a product on the market that does what it says it's going to do. A company that stands behind the product. We haven't pixie dusted it. You actually, if you were to go try to buy all of the ingredients in this, you're going to be spending $300 instead of the $99.95 that it is for a 1 month supply. So we need your help. We want your help, and we really appreciate you guys helping us take this company to the masses and to the world. Thank you very much.